NNAMDI Kanu, we've already said that Nigerians are not citizens, and he was very correct, and he speaks for the Igbo street. The streets of Ala Igbo resonates with his voice because he speaks for the dispossessed and the disinherited. He speaks for a generation who have been systematically marginalized, disenfranchised, made the subject of inequities and the systemic evils of the Nigerian state. He speaks for those who do not have voices, who have had their voices taken from them. He speaks in a language that I don't like or understand, but he speaks the truth. You cannot beat a child and then demand that the child must not cry. If there wasn't validity, if there isn't, I should say, if there aren't validities to the demands of NNAMDI Kanu or his grievances, there will be no currency to his words. But he speaks clearly, speaking the mind and the grievances and the pains of a people. To ignore what he is saying will be stupid. He is the one who has embraced the use of the language that the Nigerian state understands. But he is not the only person who is aggrieved in Ala Igbo. Kill NNAMDI Kanu today, there are 1,000 waiting to take his place, because the reality is that he is not speaking to his personal pain. He is speaking to the pains of a people. When you have now driven a man to the point of impotence, where he realizes that talking to you makes no difference, changes nothing, and he has rightly or wrongly, I'm not going to judge him, picked up arms against the system or encouraged the use of arms against the system. If such a system is interested in peace, it deals with the root of the grievance and then it finds a peace. When people go to war, wars are never settled without peace talks. Peace talks are different from dictations. The Nigerian state has been at war with NNAMDI Igbo, and it has not stopped since 1966. Not that it has ever stopped being at war with every other part of Nigeria, but NNAMDI Igbo has been more or less like the testing ground for all of the evils of the Nigerian state. If it does not find the way to make peace based on justice with NNAMDI Igbo, the persecution of a man who merely speaks and acts on behalf of a people merely guarantees his martyrdom, and it merely ensures the end of this system. Now, if we have said that the only validity that the Nigerian state has in holding on to Mazi is a function of the fact that he has repudiated the legitimacy of the Nigerian state, and as I do the same as well, the Nigerian state is illegitimate. It is essentially, as I have said, a slave plantation. How does it explain that in the same country there are so many people who are busy strolling around with AK-49, AK-47s, M16, all kind of arms enabled, mollycoddled by the Nigerian state? Why is it possible that a Sheikh Gumi can be speaking on behalf of the terrorists, but it is impossible for Buhari's ears, which ears the Gumi persuasions, not to hear what NNAMDI Igbo have been asking of him? Free the man, engage in fruitful deliberations. If the man has adopted and picked up arms against the state, it's because the state itself has never taken his leg off his neck. I keep remembering, and I've repeated this today, I believe it was General Philip Effiong when he was delivering the instrument of surrender. I believe he said to, was it Obasanjo or Gowon? I can't remember who now. He said, I believe it was Obasanjo actually. He said, treat these people well, or their children will rebel against you. He wasn't a prophet. He was merely a man who knew the consequences of injustice. The first condition of the human spirit is a constant yearning and quest for justice. If you do not treat a people with justice, you're demanding that they must self-abnegate and accept a state of slavery for you to have peace. Nigeria will not have peace until there is justice available to all and sundry.